Hello, my name is Catherine Sloshington Smythe, and this is 50 Shades of Bass, Chapter 4. It had been many years since Karen had been to the festival, but she had not forgotten the essentials. Her bag contained a two-man tent, a sleeping bag, 2 changes of clothes, baby wipes, hand sanitizer, and a butt plug the size and shape of David Guetta's head. A 2-man tent, she thought to herself. I'll be disappointed if I can't get at least 3 men in it over the weekend. I mean, what are festivals for? Getting back to nature, enjoying some live music, ramming your nose full of bath salts, and taking it every which way but loose from several strange, intoxicated and hopefully foreign men. Karen had left work from her job as a waitress in a South London dubstep bar at around 6 p.m. It was now nearly 9, and she could just make out the campsite over the crest of the hill. As she approached a suitable pitch for a tent erection, she started to get shivers of excitement running up and down her spine. Her mind drifted back to Glade Festival 2007. Many left early that year due to the severe flooding on the site, but Karen stayed right to the end due to the severe flooding in her pants. She had hooked up with some of the then popular Wrong Music crew, Shitmat, Scotch Egg, and the likes. By the end, you couldn't tell what was semen and what was lube. Karen began to erect her tent. It was bright pink in colour, and across the sides in large black letters it read VIP, Very Inebriated Princess. Karen felt it gave off a vibe that matched her total disregard for morals and her love for hard drugs and harder cocks. To the right of her tent were a group of young university lads, one called Rupert, one Hugo, and the last named Jonty. Jonty was already unconscious, surrounded by his own vomit, and with his trousers removed, had "The K-hole" written in black pen with an arrow pointing to his bumhole. "Hi, boys," chirped Karen. "Got stuck in early, I see." "Oh, yeah, blood, looks like it," replied Rupert. "Perhaps you can get stuck into me later, if you know what I mean," quipped Karen, with a flutter of her eyelashes. Yeah, said Hugo. "What's the sniff situation? Any good beans? Any meow meow?" inquired Karen. "Oh, well, our friend Pippa's got some paying sniff and a couple of decent chin swingers, so we can probably sort you out, yeah, blood. "I bet you can," said Karen as she licked her lips and playfully patted her vagina. Almost an hour had passed by the time Karen had got the boys in her tent. She had demanded they wear at least 2 condoms on account of not wanting any god-awful posh children or any first-world STDs. But alas, neither of them had been able to sustain even the most basic of erections. After 20 minutes of effectively trying to force a marshmallow into a piggy bank, they had given up. They lay there in silence, staring at the inside of the tent. A strange rustling came from outside, and then the zip to the tent began to undo. Karen reached for her torch and shone it at the strange figure that stood there before them. Naked as the day he was born, and with an erection you could chop wood on, Jonty cut quite a strange silhouette. About bloody time, Karen thought, and reached for her bumper pack of spunk bags. But before she could even unwrap one, Jonty stumbled. He rocked about desperately trying to regain his balance, his enormous boner banging about like an enthusiastic Labrador's tail. Hugo and Rupert looked on in horror, too afraid to speak. They knew what was coming. Jonty dropped to one knee, tipped his head back, and then he jizzed. All over Rupert's boat shoes. They were ruined.